Hello everyone, today's a pretty short instructional video on the steps that we took to transfer our New York State license plates and driver's license over to South Carolina. So I would think that this procedure is the same for anyone who's moving to the state of South Carolina. There may be certain steps you have to take if you are maybe over the age of 65, and I say that because there's probably certain discounts, senior discounts or whatever, that they will apply to you, and usually there's other forms or information you need to fill out to get that done. So that notwithstanding, because I am obviously, or hopefully obviously, not over the age of 65, I'm going to go through the steps of what we did. So there was two major parts. One was the driver's license and the other was the registration for the car. So I will go through the car registration stuff first because some of that stuff needed to get done before we could do our licensing. So I have here two sheets of paper, which I'm going to be referring to, which are the taxes that we paid on our vehicles. We have two vehicles, a 2014 minivan and a 2011 Suburban. The taxes we paid on them, these are an annual tax. So we paid a total of $370 for tax for two vehicles, split about $175 for the Suburban and about $195 for the minivan. I went to the office in the morning to pay these taxes. They opened at 8:30. I was there at 8 o'clock. I wanted to be one of the first people in line to get it done, which I was. I was number two, so I was very happy about that. Got in, got my tax paperwork, went to the front office, paid my taxes, and this should be the same for the state. It just depends on what tax office you go to, depending on the county that you live in. We live in Greenville County. We went to a Greenville County tax office and then a Greenville County DMV to get all of our paperwork done. So the tax information, what I needed to bring to pay the taxes on the vehicles were the current registration and or title. I also brought with me a copy of my insurance information and several other pieces of information that I know we needed for our driver's license anyway, which included proof of address and social security cards and all that kind of stuff. Really all they wanted was the registration, so I have my New York registrations right here. I brought those because those have the VIN number on it. They do some typey stuff on the computer, spit out a tax bill for you, and that's about it. She did verify our address using the address pieces that I brought, which is really just mail and new bills that we had and such. From there, we then went to the DMV. Now we did this on separate days, mostly because of timing and everything, and with what's going on, we made an appointment online, even though we could have just showed up to the DMV. We went there on a Friday morning and there was hardly anyone there. So when we got to the DMV, there was 4 pieces of information that we needed to complete. 2 of those were the driver's license for me and my wife, and the other 2 were the vehicle registrations. So we did the vehicle registrations. They took the tax bill that we had for each vehicle, the current state title, and our insurance information, and the forms that we filled out. That we pre-filled out at home. So we brought all that stuff in. We, she did all of her computer work as well, and then gave us our license plates, and then the sticker to put on our license plates to prove that our registration was valid. In New York, you have a sticker that you put on your windshield, like right in the bottom corner, that goes on your windshield along with your inspection sticker. Here, it goes right on your license plate. You only get 1 license plate here versus the 2 that you get in New York. So after we had done all that, we also got to choose which license plate we wanted. So if you're not following us on Instagram, I suggest that you do that because on Instagram we put a poll of which license plate we should pick. We ended up going with the blue one, and we both got the same license plate, and they were sequential just because we got them at the same time. After that was done, we then switched over to the paperwork for our driver's license. And the paperwork for the driver's license needed a little bit more information, as you would expect it to have. So we had to bring in our social security card, birth certificate, proof of insurance, which we also needed for the vehicle registration, our old license, 2 proofs of address. My wife also needed to bring her marriage license, which obviously we needed because her birth certificate name didn't match her license name, and it was just proof of the name change. After we did that, we filled out all the appropriate paperwork. But after we did that, we signed all of our documentation. We went through everything. The lady checked everything. She scanned everything. It actually went pretty easy and pretty quick, seeing as how we were there first thing in the morning. We did bring the kids with us because we had nowhere to bring them, and they were champs throughout the whole thing. They sat pretty quietly and good, and towards the end, we all started getting antsy because we were like, all right, the lady's doing her computer work, and we didn't really have anything to do or interact with her with, so we were just waiting to get all that stuff done. The nice thing was that after all that was done, we went to another line and they took our picture for our photo IDs, and we just waited there and then got our ID as we walked out the door. That was really nice to me because I didn't want to have to not have a valid photo ID because they took our old New York State license. And I understand that because I don't really want to walk around with two valid IDs because our New York State licenses would not have expired until sometime in between our South Carolina license was active. But also because I'm starting a new job down here, I didn't want to not have a picture ID in order to go get, all that I-9 beginning of work stuff that you have to go through and do. Even going to the library, they wanted us to show them our state license, and we didn't have it yet, so we just gave them, proof of address from something else that we had laying around the house, which was nice that they did that. But now we have that license, and we can do pretty much anything. We feel like real residents now. But other than that, that's about it. Like I said, the procedure should be the same for anyone moving to South Carolina from any state. There are certain caveats, I'm sure, that I don't know about depending upon how your state does things. New York State, you paid sales tax on your vehicle. Down here, it's more like a property tax. You pay it once a year. But again, after that was done, we came home, took our old license plates off, mailed them back to New York State. You got to mail them back so they can send you a receipt, and put our South Carolina plates on our cars. All right, so that's it. So thanks for watching this video. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for sure, because we'll be putting out more videos like this. We want to inform people of what it's like to move down here, and specifically from New York, because that's where we're moving from. But I'm sure a lot of the policies and procedures for our applications and our transition apply to everyone from whatever state you're coming from. So again, subscribe for more videos like this, and if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. We'll be happy to respond back and definitely take some input on this as we're still new and still growing. So thanks for watching.